the point. Also, guys, I wanted to touch on something about Arsenal because one day ago, basically yesterday, last night, I was sharing with you about the situation of a defender, Jakub Kiwior, because we know that Kiwior could be on his way out of Arsenal, but only in case an important proposal arrives. Because Arsenal already rejected the proposal from Portugal, Mikel Arteta loves the player. He's also a big fan of the mentality of Kiwior. Always serious, always professional, so it's not going to be an easy one. But in case Kiwior goes, in case Zinchenko goes, Arsenal would add a new defender to the squad. That's guaranteed. So if one leaves, one would enter. Also, guys, one of the players they love is Jérémy Jacquet, defender from Rennes. I'm told that Arsenal made contact already with people close to the player, and with Rennes, the answer from the French club was, sorry, but the player this summer is untouchable. He extended his contract at the end of May. He's a crucial player for Rennes. They don't want to sell this summer. Arsenal will keep monitoring this boy. Andrea Berta will be on it also for the future. Could be one to watch for 2026, but for sure, this is one to watch for the future. Jacquet from Rennes, because Arsenal tried to understand the situation, but Rennes want to keep the player for this summer transfer window. Strikers, guys. Strikers, the main topic for the next days and weeks. Let me start saying that what I told you in the last 2-3 days about Darwin Núñez is now being...
And continuing with today's top stories, it's true, guys. Andrea Berta's complete target has just rejected a transfer offer from Arsenal. Andrea Berta suffers. His first rejection as Arsenal sporting director, but it might be a blessing in disguise. After a highly praised start to his Arsenal tenure, delivering 6 new signings and backing Mikel Arteta's project, Andrea Berta has now hit his first setback. This summer, Berta has been busy reshaping the squad with top-tier names like Victor Gyökeres and Martin Zubimendi, and while most of the attention has been on attacking reinforcements like Ebereki Eze, there's another position that's quietly been under the microscope, center back, with Jakub Kiwior reportedly on the radar of other clubs and a potential exit looming. Arsenal turned their attention to Jérémy Jacquet, a highly rated 20-year-old defender from Stade Rennais. Arsenal wanted Jacquet, but he said no. Reports from Foot Mercado now confirm that Jérémy Jacquet has turned down Arsenal's offer, choosing instead to stay at his boyhood club in France. Despite Berta and Arteta admiring the young center-back's potential and making an approach to sign him, Jacquet declined. Instead, the Frenchman has reportedly started discussions to extend his contract at Rennes, making it clear he's focused on continuing his development at home. His decision is understandable. At just 20 years old and born in 2005, and with only 12 senior appearances to his name, a move to the Premier League could have come too soon. Game time isn't guaranteed at Arsenal, and Jacquet knows he needs consistent minutes to reach the next level, especially after overcoming injuries earlier in his career. Arsenal fans might be relieved. Interestingly, not all Arsenal supporters were on board with this transfer. Since arriving at the Emirates, Arteta has brought in a number of defenders, and with Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, White, Kiwior, Timber, and others already in the mix, some fans question the need for yet another center back. So in that sense, Jacquet's rejection may be a blessing in disguise. It allows Arsenal to reassess and pursue a more experienced defender, or simply shift focus back to reinforcing the attack, where many feel the final upgrade is still missing. What's next for Berta and Arteta? This won't slow Berta down. The rejection came quickly, allowing all parties to move on without dragging things out. Arsenal still plan to recruit a defender if Kiwior leaves, and the club's scouting network has no shortage of targets, especially with Berta now leading operations. One door may have closed, but in this transfer window, Arsenal are far from finished. £50 million winger who wanted Arsenal move has now submitted transfer request. Could this be a missed opportunity? Arsenal's transfer window has been nothing short of relentless. After bringing in Victor Gyökeres and finalizing Martin Zubimendi, new sporting director Andrea Berta has already reshaped the squad with depth and star power. But one position remains unresolved, left wing, and with that in mind, Arsenal continued to dream of Rodrigo, though the Real Madrid star seems out of reach for now. Ebereki Eze has emerged as a more realistic option, but there's another name that may have slipped through the cracks. A name that once wanted to wear the red and white of Arsenal, Ademola Lookman. Lookman hands in transfer request. In a surprising twist, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Ademola Lookman has submitted a transfer request at Atalanta. The 27-year-old, who's entering the peak of his career, is pushing for a move to Inter Milan after the Italian giants had an opening bid rejected. According to Romano, Lookman believes it's time for a new challenge, and he's making it clear to Atalanta that he wants out. Lookman even released a statement confirming his desire to move on. This development comes just months after reports claimed that Lookman was keen to join Arsenal. And it's worth remembering, he's a London-born winger with experience across top leagues and a strong 2023/24 season in Serie A. So why didn't Arsenal make a move? Arsenal may regret choosing A's over Lookman right now. All signs point to Arsenal focusing on Ebereki Eze, a player Mikel Arteta clearly admires. But as reported by TBR Football, there are internal doubts about whether Eze is truly the answer on the left wing. He's a natural number 10, and although he can play wide, that's not where he's been at his best. Lookman, on the other hand, has thrived on both flanks in Italy. He's also added a new dimension to his game as a second striker, versatility that could have been priceless in Arteta's system. He's also got pace, power, and Premier League experience, something Eze offers too, but in a very different role and rhythm. If Lookman does seal a move to Inter, this could be one of those what-if moments for Arsenal, the type of transfer that feels small at the time, but looms large down the line, because in another timeline, the £50 million winger might have ended up at the Emirates, and now he might just be the one that got away. Game over. Pundit claims Arsenal can forget the title if this Liverpool move happens. Arsenal fans are dreaming big. After 3 consecutive second-place finishes, Mikel Arteta's men are under real pressure to finally bring the Premier League title back to North London in the 2025-26 season, and the club isn't holding back. With signings like Victor Gyökeres, Noni Madueke, Martin Zubimendi, and Christian Norgard, Arsenal have added serious quality and depth to a squad that's been knocking on the door for years. But now, there's a warning, and it's not coming from inside the club. It's coming from a Premier League pundit, and it's aimed squarely at Arsenal. If Liverpool sign Alexander Isak, it's game over. According to Don Hutchinson, if Liverpool manage to land Alexander Isak from Newcastle this summer, the title race is finished before it even begins. Speaking on the ESPN FC podcast, Hutchinson didn't hold back. If they sign Isak, it's pretty much game over. He pointed out that Liverpool have already signed Florian Wirtz in a deal worth over £100 million, added Hugo Ekitike, and strengthened both fullback positions, all without losing key players. Yes, Luis Diaz is expected to leave, but even that, says Hutchinson, won't slow them down. With Cody Gakpo or Ekitike ready to step in on the left, and the possibility of Isak leading the line, Liverpool's attack could become unstoppable. Arsenal's transfer window. Good, but not a knockout blow. While Arsenal have been decisive and aggressive in the market, Hutchinson argues the club still lacks that one true ceiling raiser. Yes, Gyökeres is a goal machine, Zubimendi is an upgrade, and depth has clearly improved. But Liverpool, they're assembling a team that many believe could dominate Europe again. So, should Arsenal fans be worried? Not so fast. Liverpool's fragile foundation. Here's the twist. Hutchinson's claim might be premature, because while Liverpool are building a flashy new attack, their defensive stability is full of question marks. First off, Jeremy Frimpong may be a great player, but he's no Trent Alexander-Arnold when it comes to ball progression and vision. Replacing Trent's influence on the game isn't easy, and without it, Liverpool could struggle to control matches the way they used to. Meanwhile, both Frimpong and Milos Kerkez are known for their forward runs, which could leave Liverpool exposed in transition, especially with an aging Virgil van Dijk and a potentially distracted Ibrahima Konate at the back. Let's not forget, Joe Gomez remains injury-prone, and they've just sold Jarell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen. The verdict, Arsenal are still in the fight. So while pundits like Hutchinson might write Arsenal off the moment Isak signs for Liverpool, the truth is more nuanced. Yes, the Gunners will have to fight tooth and nail for the title. Yes, Liverpool look dangerous, but this isn't game over. This is just the beginning of what could be one of the most thrilling title races in years. And if Arsenal continue to build with purpose and avoid injuries, they'll be right there at the finish line. And that wraps up today's biggest Arsenal news. If you enjoyed the update and want to stay on top of everything happening with the Gunners, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Come on, Arsenal!